All right. Welcome back to the Don McKay Show, where we break down the biggest political and cultural stories with facts, humor, and just a little bit of attitude. Today, we're talking about something that keeps popping up in political debates: third terms for U.S. presidents. Now, Donald Trump has flirted with the idea of a third term. He's joked about it at rallies, hinted that he deserves, quote unquote, more time in office, and even pushed the idea that he should get extra years because of what he calls a, quote unquote, stolen election. And of course, his supporters, the MAGA cult, eat it up. Now, on the flip side, Barack Obama was a popular president, loved by the left, respected by moderates. You never heard him talk seriously about breaking the two-term limit. He acknowledged that he probably could have won a third term in 2016, but he never tried to test the system. The 22nd Amendment is very simple: no third terms. But let's get into the facts. The reason neither Donald Trump or Barack Obama nor any other modern president can serve more than two terms is because of the 22nd Amendment. Now, this amendment to the U.S. Constitution, it's the rule book. It was ratified in 1951, and it states that no president can be elected to more than two terms. Pretty cut, pretty dry. Now, why was that even necessary? Now, before the 22nd Amendment, there was no official cap on presidential terms. George Washington, first president, set the tradition of stepping down after two terms, and most presidents followed suit. This was expected. It was a custom. It's what folks did. But Franklin Delano Roosevelt broke that norm. He won four terms and served from 1933 to 1945. After that, Congress said, nah, we're not doing that again. And they passed, Congress, the 22nd Amendment to the U.S. Constitution to make sure that no president, Republican, Democrat, or Independent, could hold office for too long. Now, you may be wondering, are there any loopholes? Can the executive get around this? Now, it's a big question. Is there a way around the two-term limit? Technically, yes, but it is not easy. So let's talk about the first of these three loopholes. First is the vice presidential loophole. Now, a former two-term president could, in theory, run for vice president and then assume the presidency if something happens to the sitting president. Now, this has not been tested, and there's no clear rule stopping it. So imagine Obama running as vice president, winning, and then the president resigns. Then boom, President Obama again. Well, that's one way. Has not been tested. The second is Congress overturning the 22nd Amendment. Congress could repeal the 22nd Amendment with a new constitutional amendment, but that is a long, drawn out, very, very difficult process. It requires approval from 2/3 of both the House and the Senate, plus ratification by 38 states. Not likely to happen. Okay. And of course, number 3 is declaring an emergency. This is some, conspiracy level thinking. But some believe that a president could declare a national emergency and try to stay in power, but legally the courts and Congress would almost certainly shut that down. Let's ask this. Would Americans even want a third term president? Beyond all the legal mumbo jumbo, Do Americans, do the citizens of this country, the citizens of this great nation, do they even want this? Some hardcore Trump fans would love a third term for him, I guess. Some Democrats would not mind Obama coming back, bringing back the good old days. But a big part of American democracy is leadership turnover. George Washington set the precedent, and keeping power from being concentrated too long in one person's hand is very, very important to our country. So no matter what Trump or any politician says, the rules are the rules. The 2-term limit is here to stay unless something drastic happens. Now, that is the breakdown, folks. What do you think? Should the 2-term limit stay in place, or do you think there are some presidents who deserve a third round? Hit me up in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Diamond K Show. Anywhere you get your podcasts, just search for me, DJ Diamond K at gmail.com. Catch you next time.